Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our BallySprings start from scratch run here and just finishing up mowing some of these contracts. Although I did just notice field 72 we didn't quite get completely mowed. I will have to go remedy that. We mowed enough to get the silage that we need, but we will need to mow more in order to get the credit for the contract, unfortunately. So we'll go take a look at that here in just a moment. I would say the one bad thing about these fields that we've been doing is that they're very hard to get to. I've had to wind and weave my way through some crazy places just to try and figure out how to get to these fields. So, I mean, it is what it is. We'll keep on keeping on, but definitely might get a little bit lost when I'm trying to come back over here to bale stuff later. Yeah, the problem with field 72 is that it's one of those really small fields. So if we go look at it, you can see that I've already mowed most of it, but it's just this tiny field. So I just kind of have to like technically mow the rest of it, even though we're not actually going to collect the silage from it because it'll be too close to the edge. But that'll be all right. We'll get it mowed up, get to the 20%, and then we'll have plenty of silage to follow these fields to finish all of these contracts. If I can remember how to get back out of here. I think it was this way. And then... Nope, that was not it. Unless there's another way out of here. Nope. Like I said, it's going to be a little hard to find our way back out of here. Alright, I guess it's up this way. Maybe through here. Another way out of here? Aha, there we go. Through here. Now through over here. By the way, I am on version 1.2 of the BallySprings map. The reason I say that is because there is now a version 2.0. I will not be playing on version 2.0. 2.0 has a lot of changes. Quite a few, like a very long list. Not even worth me even starting to go over. Just changes all over the place. And you would have to start a new save in order to utilize version 2.0. So I'll just want to make sure that you guys know which version I'm on. That way, if you decide to play on it at some point, you will know why yours looks different than mine. So there we go. I mean, I think it's still the same spirit, but I think they've added more fields. They've expanded some of the farms. They've changed some of the animals. They've changed how the hedges and things like that work. All sorts of changes. So again, nothing that we will be taking advantage of. But just worth calling out at least. All right, go here. And then we'll go in here. I think we're just going to use the front mower to kind of technically mow some bits and pieces. Oh, sorry, I don't want to use the front. Just mow along the edges and things and hope that it gives us credit here in a moment. Can't even see. Oh, it's because of this section back here, I'm sure. One of the problems with these tiny fields is that you kind of have to almost do more than you normally would just to get the credit, because the credit is over such a small area. Like I said, we're not even going to bother trying to collect this grass that I'm mowing right now. I don't even know if we're going to get to... What else is there? There's very little bits. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that we're getting like 5,000 bucks from this contract, I think I would not even bother doing it. But not going to take long, and we're going to get a pretty good chunk of money. Truth be told, the payout for these smaller fields is in some ways is more worth it because you have to do so little, and yet you still get like at least like $4,000 or something like that for just doing the contract. All right, we got it done. Good stuff. Just to get us some more money for our pocketbooks, supplement our own personal field. I think I calculated we only have to do like 15 contracts to be able to get what we're going to need for our farm. Something like that. Need more fuel for our tractor here before we head back out. We're almost to the place where we can have our own farm. Will be quite nice. At least we don't have to windrow with this. Straight to baling and then sailing. Easy 3-step process. I'm going to go to these fields over here on the right first. I remember how to get into them. There's other ones I'm going to have to weave my way through again. I don't remember if all these go to the same place or not. I don't think so. Oh no, it looks like they do. I see the exclamation mark on the map now. I was looking for the entrance, not paying attention to the wall. These are all really small fields, though. It's not going to be a lot of bales, unfortunately. That's okay. Won't take super long. Although there's not a lot of extra bales, it will mess with my math a bit. Actually, as soon as I finish this field, I'll just reset the counter so I can remember how many we got across all the fields, and then that'll be fine because I'll know how many I have on here. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 off this field. All right, that should be easy enough to remember. Let's reset this. And we'll just count the rest of the fields. I think this might be the biggest field we got, actually. All right, well, let me go ahead and get more baling done. I'll bring you guys back as we get close to the end. All right, we got 3 fields done. 4 fields done. We're going over to the 5th field now. Get this all baled up, and then we'll be able to collect and sell. Not too bad time-wise on these contracts. I think it's the next entrance up. I suddenly don't remember. Yep, looks like it's here. Good. Oh, that was a nice wide entrance. Why can't we have those everywhere? To 39 bales, now 40 plus the 7 that we didn't count before. So 47 bales, that's not bad. Obviously we're going to need at least 3 trips now, but that's not too big of a problem. Hopefully we get a decent amount of money from all this. I mean, I know we've got a lot more ahead of us. We still have a lot more contracts ahead of us, but I just want to be done with them. I don't think we're impossibly far away, but still. Oh, 2 more bells? 3 more bells, maybe? Looks like 2, I think. All right, not too bad. We're up to 48 bells. This is 49. This is 49. So plus the 7, that's 56. 56 total bells, pretty good. Be good to not have to store all of our stuff at the store anymore. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me, coming through. I don't know why I'm entertained by that. I like how all these fields are very close together, but I have to go all the way around just to get to each one. I'm okay with the hedges being there visually. I do wish they were not collision. So I could just face through them. Because I mean, I think I don't know that they serve a purpose being a physical object, you know? My dogs are howling, talking to each other. It's funny. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. If not, it's alright, but it's just funny hearing them howl at each other. Oh, come on. I think that'd be the one thing I would change about this map. Just, there's no value in having collision on the hedges. They're fine cosmetically, right? Like, cosmetics are just, are gonna look, still make it look really cool. But there's no actual, value gained from that, from the way they have it set up. Just realized we're gonna have too many bales for this on this field. I have to come back to this field. I should have come back. I should have done this one later. It's all right. It's just I didn't think about how many there would be here. All right, let's get these transported over. Probably will finish at least 2 contracts, maybe 3. Oh, come on. Come on. I feel like I should have made that. Really? There we go. When in doubt, use a little bit of power. These all unloaded, and then we'll probably put a little, probably cut the video there, and I'll bring you guys back in a bit. So, oh, never mind. We got all the contracts done. Well, that's awesome. Well, that was pretty easy. We still got a good chunk of bales to sell off. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put a cut in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these picked up, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're probably ready to turn the contracts in. Which, I mean, I could turn them in now, but I just want to make sure there's no goofiness. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.